Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. How's it going today? I just wanted to wish everybody a happy New Year's for all the Laotian and the Thai people out there. It's Saturday, the 14th. It's April, and we're going to talk about Verge. Hello, it's me. I was wondering if you want to talk about some XVG. What we see about Verge is it's usually competing with Mizigo. I'm really in love with that mother effin'. I was gonna say the H word that rhymes with go, but that's not really appropriate to say that now, is it, guys? So let's take a look at Verge. What we see with Verge right now is there's some major announcement that's coming, guys. As you guys know, there's some major announcement that's coming on April the 17th, which is about in 3 days. But you guys have to remember that whatever goes up really fast always needs to take a break. In fact, it's actually very beneficial for people to go about. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit to make it lower for you guys. Okay. Should be a little bit better there. There you go. So what you guys need to remember is that a lot of people have already anticipated this news and they have already bought into it as well, right? So natural correction is bound to happen just so people can start accumulating at an even cheaper price now that we've actually hit some milestones for Verge. Personally, myself, I was holding a let's just say a fairly large amount of Verge. And for myself, a long-term hold is about a 1 month hold. As you guys might have remembered, I've mentioned several weeks ago, actually about a month and a half ago, that I was actually holding Verge from almost the beginning of March, and I would be accumulating. I've now actually unloaded actually not the majority, all of my Verge positions. So I made a really nice profit today on a longer term hold. It was awesome. I trade on Binance. Well, I don't trade on Binance, but sometimes there are coins that I don't have access to on Bitfinex. So that's kind of my go-to exchange for other coins like that. So what we see on Verge, it's usually competing with Omizi Go and also Lisk around the 2021 and 22 rank position. What we see with Verge already, compared to other coins, it's almost actually hitting double digits in the red. If we take a look at other top cryptocurrencies today, what we see is that at least they are in the single digit for the green. We've got about an hour and a half left before the daily candle closes. And what we see is not really any coins, guys, are near the double digits. But what we do see is Verge is definitely one of those coins that's actually very near the double digit range compared to Bytem as well. Now, if you guys keep looking at it, we see Sia coin. Sia coin. All right. I hold 1 million Sia coins on Poloniex. Okay. I probably shouldn't even say that, but yes, you guys know already that I do hold some stuff on Poloniex as well. I hold literally 1 million coins of Sia on Poloniex. Okay. Now, my goal for Sia. Okay, I shouldn't even be talking about this, but it gets me pretty excited. My goal is for Sia coin or Sia, whatever you pronounce it. I know about the fundamentals really well, actually, and I do believe that it is going to be literally the Dropbox killer. Okay, it's going to do a great job, in my personal opinion, this year, and I do believe it's going to get to almost $1 on Sia. Okay, if it gets to $1 on Sia, that's going to be $1 million in my pocket this year. So I'm actually incredibly excited about it when I think about it like that, from that perspective, right? Okay, so anyways, we keep going down the list and we see Sia double digits. It's the only other coin in the top 50 right now, other than Komodo. Anyways, let's get back to Verge. What we see for Verge is the 24-hour volume has most definitely been trending, right? If we take a look at it over the past few days, at 64th, only 64,000, 75,000, 120,000. But over the past few days, because of this announcement that should come with a partnership on April the 17th, we see it trending higher and higher. But you guys need to question the authenticity, and is it superficial? Is it artificial? This inflation right now for the price going upwards, right? Is it natural? And the answer is most likely not for now. And I don't know exactly when this partnership was announced, but what we can say is that people always adopt that typical mentality, which is simply you buy the news and you sell the hype. Hold on. Did I say that right? You buy the hype and you sell the news. I was just making sure that my followers and the people watching this video know exactly what I was talking about. I was just testing you guys to make sure that you kept up with my lessons throughout the weeks, okay? Just to be very clear, you don't actually buy the hype and sell the news, okay? I said that completely backwards. I was very aware of myself actually saying that. So what you actually do is you buy the news, sorry, you buy the hype. You buy the hype. Okay, let me say that again. You buy the hype and you sell the news, guys. It's Laos New Year's. I apologize. This is my fourth beer since noon. It's about 5 p.m. already. I'm a lightweight. As you guys can see, I'm starting to get red like a tomato already. Okay, I'm actually an incredibly fun and happy drunk. I'm not drunk right now. I'm not saying if I was, trust me, I would say that I was. But we're definitely going to get there in about 3 or 4 more beers. I'm going to be very tipsy and I am incredibly fun to hang out with. So if you guys are actually in Manitoba, we should grab a beer together because I'm even more outrageous. So cheers. Cheers to everybody that is Laotian or from Thailand. I really miss my friend Mel today. I really, really do miss my friend Mel today when I think about it. She doesn't really care so much for Twitter, so she left the Twitter scene, but I still talk to her every day by voice on or usually every day or every second day on Skype. So I really do miss her today quite a bit. She's definitely my bestie for now. For now. So anyways, okay, I'm just blushing now. I forgot what I was talking about since we brought up Mel there. Um trying to figure it out. Okay, we were talking about the coin market cap, right? Sorry about that, guys. My mistake. Okay, so what we see here is it's the volume is actually getting lower. Well, you guys got a question right now, okay? If this pump, we can call it, was actually very, very not artificial, why is the 24-hour volume trending even lower right now? So you guys have to make sure you question these things as they come up, okay? Now, I'm going to pull up the Verge chart here, and I want to explain to you guys something from the Elliot wave perspective. Now, Elliott wave goes something like this, where it goes waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 going upwards. You guys all know about Fibonacci retracement tool. I'm sure most of you guys do. If you guys do not know what Fibonacci retracement tool is, it refers to after the first impulse wave goes up like this right here, okay? When it goes up just like this, how far does it actually retrace back to over here? So as an example, if it retraced to the 0.5 level, what we would simply say is that it retraced down to a 50% level, which is the 0.5 Fibonacci level. So then what we do is we take, excuse me, my throat's getting a little bit dry. I should probably start drinking a lot more water today instead of just beer. So we take our Fibonacci retracement for wave 2 for only wave 1. And then our Fibonacci wave 4 is only taken for wave 3. Now what we need to make sure that you guys know of all the time is that if you guys are going to take your Fibonacci, okay, always take your Fibonacci range for wave 5 for all of waves 1 to 5 because now this is actually making a run just like that right there. Okay, so now that you guys have an Elliott wave example where we have waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 going up simply like that, what we normally see is that wave 1 and 4 will act as a very strong support territory. So that's always important to keep in mind, okay? Now we're going to take a look at the daily chart right here. What we see in the daily chart with only an hour and a half left to go is actually a very, very nasty type of candle, right? We're seeing some massive candles that do not really show any levels of support yet whatsoever, right? Not yet, unfortunately. So from my personal post on Steemit, this was my recommendation for a very good support level. I'm just trying to pull it out here for you guys to actually see. Where was it? All right. Hmm. Okay, right here, guys. So this is where I expect support range to be, which in my opinion could be hit within a day or two, and then people will simply buy up before the partnership. And then what they'll do is they'll simply buy the hype, and most likely they'll end up selling off the news. So I expect it between 722 and 763 Satoshi, and we're gonna justify all of this to see if this is actually a possible hit. Okay, we guys have to remember that this is now downticking negatively, okay? It's downticking negatively. Not only that, we're actually breaking some key resistance already on the daily chart. And as you guys can see, this is not really looking like it's finding any type of support. In fact, it's just downtrending horrendously right now. So I don't plan to trade or hold or and do anything again with Verge, just to be clear. So this to me is actually very unbiased opinions, okay guys? It's very unbiased. I've got no intentions to hold or to trade this coin any further. What we do see right now as well is it being tested at the 55 EMA, which is simply not holding right now, guys. And because it's actually not holding here right now, we have to make sure that we wonder what is going on. Is it actually just going to end up breaking downwards? Is it going to go to one of these ranges, possibly over here, right? So if I'm just going to mark down where I personally believe it's going to correct to, which is around the 722 range, all the way to the 963 range right here. And we're going to justify why this is a possible theory and why it could actually happen. Okay, first of all, we have to make note of this 55 EMA on the daily chart, right? We have broken. Think of the 55 EMA as something where it snaps too high and then it comes back like that. You can look at it on a 1 hour time frame, which will actually give you guys a better idea of it. Okay, it snaps away from the yellow line, comes back, snaps away, comes back, goes down, comes back, snaps up, comes down, goes down, snaps back up, goes up, snaps back down, goes up, snaps back down. So that's how I see the 55 EMA right now. So despite this looking like it's finding some sort of support, you guys have to make sure that you're acknowledging all of these bearish signs that we see. Okay, first of all, we are getting a death cross already on the 1 hour, or sorry, the 15-minute chart, okay, which is very significant. And it has also cascaded over to a death cross on the 30-minute chart here already as well. And we have already hit some really nasty lows all the way to the 1010 Satoshi region, which is I think about 79.80 cents there. We haven't exactly had a death cross on the 45-minute chart yet, but what we do see is that it is trending well below the 200 moving average for the first time in a long time. In fact, the last time it actually trended below the 200 moving average was all the way on March the 23rd. So we can only stay above the line for so long before a correction is unfortunately necessary, in my opinion, okay? What we can also make note of is that it's actually below the 200 moving average on a 1 hour chart as well, okay? So on the 1 hour chart, it's below the 200 moving average. On the 2 hour chart, we haven't exactly hit this 200 moving average yet, in my opinion, but what we are noticing heavily is a very strong downtrend where we are going to fall below the 55 moving average strategy of mine where we cross over. So that's something that's very important to make note of. Now, for swing traders, we don't care, guys. You guys shouldn't care about these tiny little plus or minus percentage ups going up or down. You guys need to make note of key factors that are very evident and proof in the pudding right now, okay? I'm going to show you guys some proof in the pudding. This right here is a much higher price action, right? This candle right here is much higher in terms of price, right? That's no doubt about it. But what do you guys notice about the 50, the moving, the RSI? Okay, the RSI is actually bearishly diverging right here, right? The RSI is bearishly diverging despite us getting an actual higher high. What we have to make note of is this right here, where it's actually breaking below this support already, right? And this is bearishly diverging. We're getting a series of lower highs on it. This was supposed to act as a decent support right here at 64, but we've completely shut down, and we've actually broken well past, the 66 region, and we've broken past that already. And this is why I decided to take my personal profit. I just simply cannot see it getting any higher than that for the time being. And we also look on the 4-hour chart, guys. This is not really support. This is bearish pressure to go down. Okay, you have to think of the candles like this that tell a story. There are two sides that are constantly waging a war with each other, the bulls and the bears, right? Now, what we see is a lot of bearish pressure to come down, but we actually don't see the bulls making any attacks on the higher end. We just simply see them defending. So we have to ask ourselves, how long can they actually defend for before it actually breaks down? So the last time that we fell below the 55 moving average was on March the 22nd. And now we got to keep asking ourselves, will it always stay above the 55 EMA? Risky plays. Very risky plays, okay? Now we're also going to do a very detailed Elliott wave count as well, okay? So yes, we are fighting back a little bit right now, but we have to look at it on the bigger picture, guys, okay? And on the bigger pictures, there's simply no bullish momentum that seems to be there. Now let's go to a daily chart, okay? We're going to talk about Elliott wave right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna break it down, break it down. All right. So now a lot of people might be saying right now, where the heck is the fifth sub wave? There's only 4. There's got to be one more up. Well, guys, as an experienced Elliotician, Elliotician, that's so funny. You guys got to make note of this right here, where we end up getting a truncated fifth wave. Very, very short fifth wave. Does that not look a lot better now? Okay. Simple, right? We get something called a truncated fifth wave, where the fifth wave simply does not make it into the territory of wave 3 or higher. Sometimes we can get a double top. A truncated usually falls slightly below. So if you break it down very far right there, I simply see a truncated fifth wave that's happening right now, okay? So I personally see all the 5 waves already here, guys. Okay, I see all 5 waves, and because I see all 5 waves already, that it can be counted so easily and beautiful, it is so hard for me as an Elliott wave trader to firmly believe that we are going to get any higher highs, right? The first wave is perfect right there. 1, 2, this is the third wave, 3, 4, and fifth wave right there. This one can be broken down even more as well if I actually go deep down, right? I see this personally right here as waves 1, okay? Waves 1, this is all 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5 already going up there. And I also counted it for you guys as well, right over here, okay? So how could I possibly believe that we are actually going to get another wave, guys? Can you guys explain that to me? When I literally count my waves 1, my waves 2, my waves 3, okay, my waves 4 right there, and my waves 5. And also this one right here I see is 1, I see this is 2, I see that is 3, I see this is 4, and I see this is 5 right there, okay? It's so hard for me to not even, for me to see this any other way, okay? I'm actually going to go into much more depth like that, and I'll actually make this one as the one that is more appropriate according to degrees. How could I see it as anything else right now? So let's make this, what colors? Yeah, this one's a good color right there. Okay. See, this says waves 2. Let's make this a different degree here as well. Okay. If you guys can dispute me, I would love to see some facts, because right now, as it stands, guys, it is so hard for us to see this in any other way but this, right? I mean, just think about it. Like, it's so hard for us to actually see this in any other way. Wouldn't you guys agree? I mean, yeah, it's like almost proof in the pudding right now that, like, you know, this is basically, this is A, B, C. I'm probably going to end up calling this somewhere like the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like that. I will go to minor, minuet, whatever that one was earlier. There we go, right? Let's get our waves on here as well. A truncated C position, right? Truncated fifth wave. Unfortunately, that's kind of one of the only ways that I see this right now. If someone else could argue it, I would love to see this because, yeah, it's simple, right? So if we actually called this all of wave 1 of a primary first wave, okay, where we're going to make this one primary wave 1, we'll call this yellow right there, okay? We're going to call this a massive primary wave 1. Actually, let's make this a white line. I'm starting to like white on my black charts here a lot better. It's really visible, if you guys notice, okay? Yeah, this is a good way to call it. Primary wave 1, just like that, right? Now, if this were the actual primary wave 1, then I'm simply just going to take all of my Elliott wave like that, and I'm going to say that there's a good chance that we're going to fall in between the 722, okay? I think I did it a little bit off here. Let's go a little bit higher. Hold on. 722 to 963-ish range, right? So yeah, I think it's going to hit somewhere roughly here. Right around here. Most likely, more likely 965 Satoshi. Okay. Not as likely. This one is not as likely. So April 17th, right? That's not as likely. But we got to remember, guys, that this is a strong support region right here, okay? Strong support zones right here. I'm just going to highlight it. Give me a second here. There you go. You guys get what I mean. It's right around here, right? Strong support zones. Actually, I'm just going to try to put this in here where you guys can see it as well. Strong support zone, right? So unfortunately, I've got no other way to see this right now. Now, there's a chance that this might be just, you know, more likely at 965, which is bounces off 200 EMA on 2-hour chart. That's very likely, in my opinion, to happen, okay? So I hope that this is making sense. What we try to do is play the game of probability, okay? And we say to ourselves, what is more likely to happen and what is more likely to not happen? And we just try to play the game just by taking chances, right? And unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I see more of a chance of it coming down than of it going up. But if for some reason, this is case A, all right? This is going to be called case A. Okay, I just want to be very case 1. I just want to be very clear on the bearish, case 1, the bearish view, right? I just want to be very clear of that right now. And I just want to copy and paste this really quickly. I want to put it on my Twitter here. So just bear with me for one moment as well, guys. Okay, so that is the bearish view right here. Now, what is the bullish view? Okay, the bullish view is that we support right here, okay? We support right in this particular region, okay? Right here. So we support in this particular region, um, between basically 1050 Satoshi and 967, between 967 Satoshi and 1075 Satoshi, right? Pretty much right where we are now. Okay, that's kind of the bullish view right here. I meant to say bullish if I said bearish by accident, okay? My apologies. So this is the bullish view right here, okay? Now, the primary wave 1 will not have finished yet, okay? The primary wave 1 will not have finished yet, and we will actually get one more small subwave, just in case I actually have an alternate count here. So if this one actually got to this region, then what we'll say is this one will actually get to this region over here. So this is now the bearish view where we have an alternate count, right? And this is now going to make more sense to a lot of people, or sorry, the bullish view make more sense to a lot of people that are hoping on this announcement, right? So this is going to be called case B, okay? Case 2. Was it called case? Yeah, case 2. Just like that. So case 2, the bullish view. We only retrace to 967 Satoshi to 1075 Satoshi due to expecting major announcement on April 17th. All right. So that's one of the major news notes on bullish view notes. Okay, and then 2, what I'll also say about this particular circumstance for this case is that for case 2, what we factor in is an alternate. We factor an alternate wave count where wave 5 has not finished yet. Okay, so that's how I'm going to actually factor that in. So then we end up getting a slight another wave going upwards like that. Okay, so this could possibly make sense as well. If I hope that this is starting to make sense, right? So then what we basically say is simple. I'm gonna make this green for you guys over here. Okay, now a break above this high right there, I think it's 1353. Yes, right here, a break above 1353. Okay, will signal a rally to about 15,000 Satoshi. Signal a rally to about, we're gonna say in this range right over here, just to be conservative. Okay, a break above sat will signal a rally to 1425 to 1550 Satoshi. That's the bullish view, okay? So you guys have to make sure that you understand how this is actually played, all right? You have to understand how this is played. You play this as a game of probability. And a lot of people will say stupid things to me, and honestly, they're just stupid people for saying things like that. I apologize for calling them stupid, but they'll basically say to me, "So, Philicon is basically saying it's going to go up or it's going to go down." Those are probably the kind of people that lose an incredible amount of money. Now, what I need you guys to understand is that a good trader, a good swing trader, will always look at things from both perspectives, whether it's going to go up or down. I apologize for calling people stupid like that. I don't really mean it. Yeah, I do. I do mean it that they're pretty stupid people, okay? Whoever says things to me like that in a very trolling manner, oh, so you're basically saying it's going to go up or down. They are very, very stupid people who say that. The reason why we always have 2 different cases, or even 3 or 4, is because we try to accommodate for all the unforeseen circumstances that can happen. And once we accommodate for these unforeseen circumstances that could happen, when it does actually happen, there are no surprises whatsoever. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so we play the game of probability. So there's two things, in my opinion, that could happen right now. Okay, so just think about it. If it actually does retrace to my bearish scenario, I mean, the bearish view, where it basically goes to somewhere between 721 and 965 Satoshi, wicked. You guys got a chance to buy it in a very strong support zone, right? If that does actually happen. Now, if it doesn't even happen, and let's say you guys were waiting for the bearish view to happen, and it actually never happens, no problem at all. Just because you never got a chance to buy it very cheap around right now doesn't mean that you're actually going to miss out. You can buy it on the breakout, because you guys have to understand that it's not all about profit, okay? It's not all about profit. It's about minimizing your risk, okay? What a good trader or any trader needs to do is, one, they protect their reserves, okay? Do you guys understand that? You protect your capital, okay? You preserve your capital. And then number three, you grow your capital. If you cannot protect and preserve your capital, you cannot grow it whatsoever. So if you guys are going to play this game like you're always chasing after money, you're not going to be wealthy when it comes to being successful in crypto, okay, guys? Don't ever treat this as a game to get rich off of. You need to change that mentality, guys. Change that mentality of yours, okay? That is why I talk about the psychological aspect of trading much more than anyone you guys will ever see on YouTube. It's because I firmly believe that it's a psychological aspect of trading that will differentiate between the good traders and the bad traders. So I want you guys to understand to not chase profit. The profit will come. What you need to chase is making good trades that offer very good risk to reward setups. Okay, guys? So I need you guys to really, really understand this right now. And I'm just going to copy this very quickly for my Twitterers so you guys will understand. So I'm just going to say to my Twitter people, it's a win-win scenario either way. So I'm just going to tell them, right? Patience is key. Patience is key, despite the despite the announcement on April 17th. Okay, so I want to tell everybody on Twitter is that those that wait and are patient, focusing on high reward, low risk setups, will be awarded immensely. Generally speaking, in trading, that's the truth. Okay, and I actually want to say right here, buy on. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say purchase it on the breakout. Purchase on the breakout. That's what I meant to say. So there's going to be two scenarios that I will actually end up telling people for risk to reward scenario, right? And as you guys know, there's not many people in Twitter that actually go specifically with risk to reward scenarios. So here I am, guys. I am actually going to give you guys some very specific risk to reward scenarios, okay? So this one right here, what we would probably want to do if you purchase on the breakout is you guys have to minimize your risk, right? You purchase it on the breakout right there, and you guys are still going to get an immense gain. Trust me, that's talking about over a 10% gain there, okay? And you guys can set your stop loss however you wish. That's still a beautiful RR ratio of something immense right here. Purchase on breakout, risk to reward ratio still well over 3. RR ratio still well over 3 to 1, right? That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful risk to reward ratio, okay? That's honestly a beautiful risk to reward ratio as well. So that's one scenario right here. And let's go all the way back to the other scenario, okay? Let's see if we can go all the way back to the other bearish scenario here. That's gonna, it's gonna be a while for us to go back there. There we go. Still deleting. Still deleting. Still deleting. Okay, there we go. It's almost there. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Almost there. I think this was it right there, right? Is that enough right here? Let's have a look. There we go. This was no, I think that still ways to go. There we go. Just there we go. Okay. So now if we actually take a look at this risk to reward ratio as well, it's all win-win, right? Let's say it got to somewhere between somewhere right here, just as an example. Let's say it got to even the higher end. We'll just average it out to right here, okay? We'll average it out to even taking the most extreme circumstance where we do something like this, right? And this actually retraces to 382, or we'll average it out in between. Even if we average it out in between, taking the average, right? Taking a bearish view, case 1, bearish view, right? Case 1 is the bearish view. We take an average entry between 0.382 and 0.5 fib range. Just something like that, right? And you guys can set your stop loss for something perhaps there. Well, then your next target would be something redonkulous, right? Your next target could be something, let's just say, yeah, right between here. Your next target could be about 19,000 Satoshi, right? So this is kind of redonkulous if we look at it from this perspective as well, okay? We assume that wave 3 is often the longest and never the shortest, okay? So if we even take something like that, right, where we say that, hey, it could do something like that, right? This is primary wave, you know, wave 2 that we're gonna call it, like that. I don't know where it went. There it is, right here, okay? Wave 2, and then we're gonna call this wave 3, where we assume wave 3 is often the longest and never the shortest. Wave 3 is often the longest and never the shortest. Therefore, assume at least a 1-to-1 extension ratio of waves 1, 2, right? This makes entire sense. That is how we normally deduce these particular targets. So I'm doing quite a detailed, in-depth technical analysis for you guys, all right? Wave 3 is often the longest and never the shortest. I just see win-win scenarios all around. And this is just going to reward the people that are extremely patient. Trust me, guys. So whether people say things like, oh yeah, he's just calling out both scenarios, I think you guys are probably pretty bad traders if you don't understand the importance of actually going with both different scenarios so you can plan ahead just in case something like this does happen, okay? So if this were the actual case, let's actually go to 1 hour time frame. It's a little bit better. So I'm doing a pretty in-depth technical analysis. I don't think I've ever done one this in depth before, but I owe it to you guys. You guys requested it as well, and I did hold it for a fairly longer time, right? So it's definitely in my best interest for you guys to do this as well. So we more likely to yeah, I'll delete this part as well. Okay, case 1 bearish view, we take an average entry of 382 to 0.5 region, right? This makes entire sense. Strong support zones. So then we assume simply that that's a possible target, right? Set our stop loss, be very generous with your stop loss, which could be a very large amount. The only thing is the stop loss, in my opinion, the only thing with this notes, caution with this setup, right? The loss percentage, actually I should probably write this in another one right over here. Caution with the setup. So you guys need to understand what I'm saying about this right here, okay? Is that caution, right? This setup, caution with this setup. The stop loss is your choice and within your acceptable tolerance. This setup entails a very large percentage loss, but overall great risk to reward ratio. Okay, just to be very, very clear about that as well. So anyways, I think I'm done with this setup here, guys. with this technical analysis. It's gone a little bit longer than what I would personally like to have. So other than that, thank you very much for joining me, guys. All of these charts will definitely be posted on Steemit, where you guys are more than welcome to take a look at everything on there. So definitely have yourselves a look on there. I appreciate all the love and the support that you guys have given me so far. Please make sure you exercise caution, and more importantly, never take my technical analysis as the way only, okay? It's much better for you guys to do your own technical analysis while also combining it with knowledge from other technical analysts as well. This way, you guys can compare to see where other people went right or where they went wrong. So basically, use it as a method of correlation only. So other than that, guys, have yourselves a great day. Thank you very much for watching my Verge technical analysis. I hope it has helped you in one way or another, and we will definitely talk sometime very soon. Have yourselves a great day. Bye now. Take care.